Today I'm going to go through everything we spent as a family of 5 living in Perth, Australia. So in our family we've got me, my husband, and we have 3 children aged 8, 5 and 4. In the month of October 2024 we spent $10,968 and I'm going to show you exactly what we spent that on. So let's go and look at the numbers. To start with, I'm going to look at the housing costs. We spent $3,241 in the month of October on our housing. So this is broken down by our mortgage payments, which came to a total of $2,037. We then have our utilities, which include water, gas, electric rates, and our internet. And that all came to $523. Our repairs and maintenance. So we're just coming into spring here, so we did have a few things that we wanted to catch up on. So our repairs and maintenance came to $540. So this included our annual window cleaner, and he charged us $240. So that left us with $300 that we just spent on small maintenance things. So we had to get some gas for the barbecue, that was $42. We had to get a new smoke alarm, that was $44. A new light bulb, that was $9. And then just a few Bunnings trips as well came to $205. We're also preparing to move house next year, so we're trying to get our house up to top notch, ready to go. We've also spent $71 on streaming services, which is a lot higher than usual, but I think there was actually a Nintendo Switch game included in here that was downloaded because it was the school holidays, and we generally get a new game over the school holidays, keep the kids busy a bit longer. So that came to $71. Let's have a look at the food expenses in the month of October. So it came to $2,253, which is a lot of money. I actually thought it was going to be less because myself and my daughter were actually in the UK for 2 weeks. But I think with my husband shopping, he didn't really know how to get all the good deals. So yeah, so we spent $2,253. The general places which we normally go to all the time, Woolies, Coles, Aldi. We actually spent $150 in IGA, and I wouldn't normally spend that much in there, but because we were having some illnesses that we just wanted to do a quick top-up shop, and IGA is our closest shop, so we just ended up going there. We were paying for convenience, which it happens. Let's look at what we spent in bathroom and cleanings. Bathroom expenses, we spent $77. So this included a couple of Amazon buys. So I got some moisturiser, and my husband got a new electric toothbrush. We also got some toilet paper from Aldi, some tissues in there, and I think there was just general basic toothbrushes, deodorant and shower gels. And then for our cleaning expenses, we spent a grand total of $17.70. Next, let's look at our health and what we spent on our health expenses. So we spent a total of $605. So we've got, my son had a checkup at the dentist because he had some work done a couple of months ago, so he had to go back and have a checkup, make sure everything looked good, and that cost us $104. My husband had a physio session, that was $115. And we've got our fortnightly private health insurance at $76 a fortnight. So it was free, lots of payments came up in October. That came to a total of $228. And then finally, we had some pharmacy expenses, which came to $91, and a doctor's appointment to $67. Now, in the month of October, when I was in the UK, my husband ruptured his tendons in his hand, so his hand has actually been in a cast at the moment, so we've had to pay for some medicines for him. And then unfortunately, as that was going on, I also got back from the UK and fell sick as well, and I ended up having to go to the doctors, and that cost us $67. Now on to our petrol, gas expenses. So we spent a total of $328 in the month of October. So I filled my car up a couple of times, and so did my husband. We always try and do it on Cheap Tuesday, as we like to call it, because we know that's when the lowest prices are, and there's a petrol station just up the road from us, and we normally save the date in our calendar and we make sure we're always there on that Tuesday filling up. Luckily we didn't have any car maintenance or car expenses to do in October, so that was 0, so that was nice. We did have some school expenses, so we've got my daughter Penny, we had to pay for her school trip, and that was $25. And then because we're going into spring, we had to get some new shorts for the kids because they just keep growing. And so we got some new shorts and t-shirts, and that came to a total of $279. Our daycare costs, so my older two, we didn't have any before or after school care because my husband has been off, and even though he's hit his hand, he can still walk them to and from school. We just had my youngest in daycare, and he is now doing 3 days a week. For the month of October, we had 3 fortnightly payments to do, so that came to a total of $721. Now on to our exercise costs. We spent a total of $299. So the kids' swimming lessons came to just under $230, and then my husband's gym membership, fortnightly gym membership, is $35 a fortnight, so that was $70. We've also got our pocket money from me and my husband. So each month we get $535, and we have that in our own separate ING accounts, and we can spend that however we like. It just has to include haircuts and clothing as well, and all your hobbies and what you want to do, or you can save it. Then on to general spending. This is way over budget than normal, but we'll go through and I'll explain what happened. When me and my daughter went to the UK, we got some food at the airport. Always so expensive, but $23. There was also a $25 purchase from the shaver shop. EB Games, that was $8. Dome Cafe, $56. My husband took the boys to Dome for pancakes whilst we were in the UK, and then he took them to Flip Out, which is like one of those big trampoline play areas, and that was $42. Bike repair, so that was $20. We got some beers for $13. Another cafe visit, $63. Some beers, $10. My husband got a speeding fine, $100. A pizza takeaway, because this is when my husband injured his hand and he couldn't cook that night, so they got takeaway, $36. We rarely have takeaway. And then I was back from my UK trip and I fell sick, but my husband had to go to the hospital and I was unable to take him, so he ended up getting an Uber there and back. So that cost us $46 one way, and then on the way back it was $43. A Boost juice in there for $8, bread top for just under $4. We also had 3 birthdays in October, so it was my husband's and my 2 boys as well. So I went to Big W and just picked up a few party supplies. We also went as a family to Gage Roads, which is a lovely like brewery down in Fremantle, and they got a play area and they do good kids pizzas for the kids. So we did actually go there, and that was kind of like a joint birthday celebration for all the boys together. We also paid $9 for parking down in Fremantle, and we got another parking fee. So I spent $11 on some house items. When my husband had his hand accident, our neighbours very kindly helped out by taking him to the hospital, and then my cousins as well also helped us out by taking him to another hospital visit, because I was in the UK and wasn't able to take him to any of these appointments, and they also looked after our sons as well. So we ended up sending a gift parcel to our neighbours and to my cousin, and that was from the Little Posy company. So that was $128 for one gift and $132 for the other gift. We just wanted it to do it because we were so appreciative of their help. I also spent $15 at Aldi because we got some Halloween baskets. So we got 2 pumpkin ones and 1 bat one. A monthly one-pass charge to get all the free deliveries. That's $4. We've got the barbers, that was for the 2 boys, so that came to $68 or $69. We also went to the Surfing Lizard for lunch, and that was $62. And then on Amazon, I saw these icy pole holders. I think they're such a great idea rather than using paper towel all the time. So I got a pack of 6, and that was $10, including delivery, and $93 at Target as well. And that was on Christmas items. I got a new tablecloth, some new just like little decor things, and a bunch of Christmas activities ready to do in the run up to Christmas. So I'm just getting them now and saving them for December. and a couple of coffees for $6, or maybe one coffee and one baby chino for that price, and some parking as well. So in October, on general spending, we spent $1,257, which is a lot. Anyway, let's hope November is better. Now, in October, I did do the majority of my Christmas shopping, which I am super happy about. I ended up spending $794 on Christmas presents, but I have all the children's Christmas presents sorted. I got a bunch of things on Amazon, and I'd also purchased some things in the UK, and I also got some bits in Target. My next video is going to be everything I bought the kids for Christmas, so look forward to that coming out next week. In total, in October, we spent $10,968, which I feel is a lot more than our normal 9k amount that we spend. So we did go over budget, but it happens. Now, in the month of November, and hopefully the months to follow, we're actually going to try and do low spend. Not no spend, just low spending. More because we also want to move house in the new year, so we want to try and keep our expenses super low. So I thought I'd run through our budget for November, and then maybe next month we can go back and see if we actually kept to it. For November, I've got our mortgage and payments are $2,036. I've got all our utility bills for $705. And our house maintenance, I've just got a small $25 in there because we had quite a big spend in October. Now, I also forgot to mention that we no longer have a cleaner because I had an email from her a couple of months ago to say she was closing down her business because it just wasn't viable. She just wasn't making enough money doing it with all her staff on board. So we decided not to get a new cleaner because we are planning on moving, and we're probably going to do some decorating, so everything's a bit all over the place. We decided not to get a new cleaner, but we have, to kind of replace that expense, we have ended up getting a storage unit. I'm quite anti-storage units, thinking that people just put stuff in there and forget about it, but we do have a purpose for this. We want to move things in there so we can decorate this house and make it presentable. Luckily, the storage unit place is only 10 minutes drive from here, and the first 2 months were half price. So we're paying $120 for the first 2 months, and then from the 1st of December, it will be $240 a month. On to food, I've put a budget of $1,800 because I really want to get that down low for the next month. Bathroom, I've put $60. It could probably be a lot less, actually. I might just go for $40 in there. Cleaning supplies, I put $30. Again, I'm thinking it could be a bit less. I'm going to go for $20. Health insurance, that's a fixed, so we've got $76 a fortnight. I've got pharmacy at $50. I'm going to leave that in there because you never know. Dentist, I've put doctors and physio, I've put 0 because hopefully whatever, if anything comes up, we can hold off on it. We'll see. I'm hopeful thinking on that one. Petrol, I've put $400 because we do have a small trip down to Margaret River planned just over a long weekend, so our petrol will be a bit more to get us down there and back. Cars, I put $765. This is because my car does need new tyres, which we didn't get around to doing in October. And we've also got car insurance of $265 on, that's our annual charge for our small car. School cost, I've gone for a hopeful 0. Daycare cost, I've calculated it to be $584. Our exercising, we've got $299. That's the kids swimming and my husband's gym membership. Pocket money, $1,070. Seems a lot. General spending, we are going for $500 this month. I'm hoping it's going to be less because we are going for low spend month. In other expenses, I've got our storage unit, which is going to be $120. And then because we're going down to Margaret River for a few days, I've actually got to pay $404 towards our accommodation. So in total, I'm hoping that we only spend, well, just under $9,000 in November. Really going to try and hit that goal in hope that no more emergencies happen. So fingers crossed. Okay, I think that's everything wrapped up. That's all our October expenses done and what we're forecasting for November. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions, do let me know in the comments below. And yeah, glad to be back on YouTube and making videos again. See you soon.